Hello, my name is Brianna Allen. I live within the tribal jurisdictions of Niknalchint, Kaye, Kanu, or Ninilchik Village Tribe. This ancient place, presently known to us as Homer, Alaska, was originally stewarded by the ancestors of these Dena'ina people who are still here today. Bunnell Street Art Center is committed to resisting colonialism by partnering with Indigenous artists and supporting Indigenous-led practices such as dialogues, workshops, and actions around land acknowledgement. This work led to the development of Tuyanatun Tuget, a public art sculpture conceived by Ninilchik Village tribal member and artist Arjun Kavasnikoff. His intention was to make land acknowledgement visible and accessible to everybody. Tuyanatun is a direction based on the ancient Dena'ina wayfinding system. Tuget is the indigenous place name for Bishop's Beach. The sculpture evokes the shape of a boreal spruce and clear rock cairns or stone trail markers.
Tuyanatun is it's really going to be an awesome effort and endeavor moving forward.
When this project came along, it was it was exciting to see it straight away because I saw it and I thought that's going to work and has huge potential to be spectacular.
I initially came up with the visual aspects first.
There's all these wonderful layers of support and intersection.
Full support from council to have this piece of art in our community.
It's both an opportunity and responsibility to participate in, to learn from, to pledge to.
It's really important for the tribe, obviously, to Indigenous land recognition.
Our part of this is helping to share a lot of this information with the thousands of people that come to Homer.
It's a way to support present-day Indigenous land recognition.
Culture is more than just specific time periods. It can be something that's transcendent in a way, and I want everybody to feel like they have some kind of ownership with this.
In June 2020, the Ninilchik Village tribe, whose tribal boundaries include the city of Homer, the Spit, Caribou Hills, and other surrounding areas, approved the design of Tuyanatun Tuget. With this tribal approval, Bunnell presented the sculpture to Homer's Parks, Art, Recreation, and Cultural Advisory. In September 2020, the city of Homer approved and accepted the gift of Tuyanatun Tuget into the city's art collection. In 2021, Bunnell received a $50,000 grant from National Endowment for Arts for the construction of the sculpture, which is being fabricated from recycled acrylic and will weather just as beach glass does. The community partnership between Ninilchik Village Tribe, the City of Homer, Islands and Oceans, and Bunnell signal the commitment to tell the true story of this place and the fact that Homer today occupies Indigenous lands. Tuyanatun Tuget is scheduled to be installed this September and anchors a wider revamp of Bishop's Beach Park and Pavilion. This summer, Bunnell will solicit public support on behalf of the sculpture's remaining installation costs. We are proud to share that call to action with the greater Homer community.
The HERC project, also known as the West Pioneer Gateway Revitalization. The property that we're talking about is city-owned parcel of about 4.3 acres on the corner of Pioneer and the Sterling Highway. Currently, the skateboard park, a public works maintenance building, and the old middle school is on the property. The gym is currently used to play pickleball, and it has a great lawn that's used for all kinds of things. But these are really old buildings. We spent a lot of community time and effort just trying to figure out if we can reuse them or if we'd be better off building something new. So we contracted with Stantec to draw up some site plans and possible building plans. And these are a really great vision of what could be different about this piece of property. Working from left to right, the skateboard park would move across the creek closer to the middle school. We'd keep some parking on that side. The creek would stay in place. It serves an important stormwater function for our community. Traveling towards the east, where the current skateboard park is now, that area would become a rehabbed active play area with asphalt. That can include pickleball courts and basketball court and places where people can bring their children to ride bikes. And then there's the large lawn area is also maintained. The property would continue to have space for another future 2-story building. This is a big site, and so part of the structure and challenge has been to envision what could be there with such a big piece of property. The building itself would be in about the location where the smaller building is now. The parking lot would remain the same, and you'd walk in at ground level. So you wouldn't have to walk a really long way like you do now to get to the Herc gym. So you walk in at the ground level, and there would be stairs and an elevator that could take you to a lower level, which would be atrium style and have access to the out of doors. So it's a space you could envision holding an event or a wedding or any number of functions. We would love to have a public-private partnership with a tenant that would help us pay for the operations and maintenance of this building, because it is a very large building and there will be significant costs that go with it. This is the lower level. There's a commercial kitchen, there's classroom space, there's the lobby and reception area we talked about earlier. There's a multi-purpose space that can be divided up several different ways so you can host more than one class at a time. And probably the most popular feature that I've talked to people about is a large gymnasium. This is the size of the current Homer High School gym. It can be divided down the middle so you can have more than one activity going on at a time. And it also is large enough to allow for tournaments. There's a really big price tag that comes with this size vision for the whole property, about $23 million. So we did ask the consultants to give us a smaller version. And that smaller version looks something like this. This building is all one level. It's about 13,000 square feet, has a much smaller multi-purpose area for, classes or things people might want to do. No commercial kitchen and one sport court size. So 3 pickleball or 1 basketball court. 4 dimensions of wellness are covered in this project: physical, social, educational, and emotional. We use social media, and we made presentations to user groups, and we partnered with the Pratt to do a First Friday event, which was great. And they hosted our display for about 2 weeks in their downstairs gallery. So we had some drop-in sessions and some focus groups. We also have a form on our website. We have a survey, and that'll be available through the end of May. So if people visit the City of Homer website, you'll see an icon that's site plan of the property, and you can fill that out. I think the silver lining for this project so far is that people have been really thoughtful in their comments. They've taken time to look at the plans and to dream about what they could do in that space. And so this has been a great project to help us kind of fine tune what's feasible for us now in that location. I've enjoyed working on this so far.
Hi, this is Alex Copland from Kenai Peninsula Votes. Our 3 goals are that we'd like to see everybody vote. Number 2, we'd like to make sure that people are informed about what they're voting on. And the last one, voting is safe, secure, and easily accessible. I'm not going to cover everything that you do need to know about ranked choice voting and the new laws we have for voting. But I want to start with just basically give you some important dates. We consider voting essential to communities. The more people that are involved in voting, the healthier the community. Basically, when we have borough and city elections, our voting rate is about 25%. So it's a small minority that make the decisions for the majority. But really, local politics really does affect them. And so one of our great goals is to increase that voter turnout during borough and city elections, which will be coming up this year too. But first and foremost, what you need to be aware of is that by May 12th, and here it is, that is your last day to register to vote for the June 11th primary, which is a mail-in election. If you are registered by May 12th, then starting the Division of Elections on April 27th will mail you, if you're a registered voter, a ballot to vote for the candidates for Don Young's job. There's a list of 48 candidates, so it's going to be, it's a lot to sort through. Really, right now, what you need to focus on is the May 12th. Make sure you or your friends or somebody you know, maybe just turning 18, is registered, and so they're able to get this mail-in ballot. Once you get your ballot and you decide who you're going to vote on, you only pick one. This is not a ranked choice voting issue. This is just going to be the top 4. June 11th, so that's why we're posting that, is the day your mail-in ballot needs to be postmarked by and sent to the Division of Elections. The ballots are all prepaid. So once that's done, whew, take a breather. But then August 16th, we're going to actually have a primary. And actually, we're going to an open primary. That means this is a new thing as well, is that you don't have to be registered to a certain party. That it's going to be an open primary where you're going to see all the candidates, and you're going to pick the one you want for that position. And there's going to be a lot of positions open. When you send in that June 11th ballot for your top pick, then you're also going to do ranked choice voting. Then we have in the October 4th borough and municipal elections, and that's not ranked choice voting, okay? And then November 8th then will be a general election for state and federal candidates, and they'll all be ranked choice voting. We have a Facebook page, Kenai Peninsula Votes Facebook. You can contact us there. My email is acoplin907@gmail.com. Also, Kenai Peninsula Votes @gmail.com. You can also contact us. If you are going to request an absentee ballot, you have to go through the state to get one if you're doing the state election. And if you're doing the borough one, you have to do a separate absentee ballot. That's just, nowadays, I've been going to the polls forever, but with the virus and all, I really adopted into absentee balloting. And Kenai Peninsula Votes is pushing that as well. Any way you can vote, really. Voting is healthy for a community. I mean, it's essential, really. If you want to have a healthy community, voting, civic engagement is really part of it. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it carries a lot. And I think we need to promote voting like it's part of our civic responsibility, maybe just like serving on a jury. Of course, you have your choice. Have a great day, and thank you for this opportunity.
My name is Devaney Lehner. I work for the Independent Living Center. I'm also involved with Trails, the Inclusive Recreation Program. So what is Accessible Homer? It's a simple program to raise awareness about the fact that we can do more to include folks with disabilities who live in and visit Homer. And you'll see that accessible always has an asterisk after it, and that's because accessible is a very personal term. People can decide what activities will be accessible to them. One way to raise awareness is to show support, and businesses can show support with a sticker. And you can see that this sticker says, "We support Accessible Homer by welcoming customers with disabilities. Come on in and let us know how we can serve you better." We've also gotten a website started, and what we will be doing in the website is talking about the businesses in town and describing their accessibility features. They'll be able to read a description, and then they can decide whether that's accessible for them. And there's lots of reasons to raise awareness about accessibility. For people who live in or visit Homer, here are some examples. The fella in the upper right uses a wheelchair to explore trails and outdoor recreational opportunities. And we're particularly focused on, with trails, identifying activities that he could participate in, or anybody who has a disability. But there are reasons why businesses might want to raise awareness about disability. And accessible tourism is a really big market. 2019 study determined that the value in the United States of folks with disabilities traveling was $58.7 billion. Good access is good business. And accessible tourism increasingly is not just a niche market. It will soon take up 25% of the travel market. And a lot of us, we don't even identify ourselves as having a disability, but we still need a little help accessing activities. Our goal is to help Homer and Kachemak Bay become the Alaskan destination for the multi-billion-dollar disability travel market. And there are simple steps. We will be handing out this journey map to businesses so they can join the process if they'd like. So Accessible Homer brings together all these elements. Accessibility for people who live in and visit Homer, and accessibility in ways that are meaningful to businesses. And if you'd like to learn more, you can check out our website, Accessible Homer, PeninsulaILC.org website. I just have a whole bunch of pictures just illustrating elements of Accessible Homer. And this is going to be a growing collection that we will have at our Peninsula ILC webpage. But you can see there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Hi, my name is Kim Fine, and I'm here representing Homer Opus today. Opus is a nonprofit organization that delivers string-based music programs to kindergarten through 12th grade and beyond. And we have over 200 kids and young adults in our programs right now, and the number keeps growing every day. We're all about building a stronger community by creating music together. High sock, preludes, frescoes. We have kids all over town, instruments in their hands and playing music. Our school-based programs, Paul Banks Preludes and Fireweed Frescoes, is about building great learners, inspired people, and wonderful humans. When we play in a whole group, the thing that I love the most is that kids learn that with sustained effort, they can accomplish great things. And if you can learn that at a young age, you are one step ahead. Homer Youth String Orchestra Club is our community program, and they're 8 to 18. And like the school-based kids, they're out there on bass, on cello, on violas and violins, all playing music together. Why violin? We know that the musical training and the arts really enhance executive functioning in the brain. All these skills listed over here are just all about making really organized, great humans who can do great work in the world. Social emotional learning is at the core of our Opus programs. The one that really sticks with me is that when you are part of an ensemble, you have an opportunity to feel a part of something bigger than yourself. I sure hope you want to find out more about Opus, and you can visit our website at homeropus.org, but also take a moment to see our Playing Together Apart video. Spring and summer are coming, so be on the lookout for our Opus musicians around town. They're going to be out there. They're building a stronger community by playing music together. Our Opus musicians have continued to play music together during the pandemic. They've played outside together. They've played to the mountains, the trees, the birds, of course to their chickens, but they've also played for parents in pavilions and pole sheds and yards all over town. We've practiced inside with COVID-safe protocols, and HiSoc developed a practice buddies where the olders could mentor the youngers. Our Opus musicians have also had the opportunity to make some beautiful live videos, winter concerts recorded for parents, wonderful opportunities to work with KPO through their Link Up program. Take a look at some of them when you get a chance. Now more than ever, Homer Opus believes that music matters. In this town by the sea, we know that making music together and playing music together helps us to build a joyful and connected community. Thanks.